Hi, beautiful Cancer. Taking a moment to settle into this energy, settle into what's going on with you. The note I wrote is that April is all about alignment and authenticity. And what I mean by alignment in this sense is aligning your internal needs, desires, thoughts with your external, how you're presenting yourself in the world. And that's partially because we're working a lot in Aries, which is your 10th house of who you are, your reputation, the work you do in the world, kind of how you put yourself forward. And then we go into your 11th house of your social groups and everything that's going on there. But in the background, we have things going on in Scorpio and Capricorn. And these are, your relational, romance, love houses. These are soulful houses for you. So let's talk through this while I shuffle. Aries season, like I said, is 10th house energy. We have a Mercury retrograde going till the 15th in Aries. We have a new moon in Aries, which is going to be a great time to set some intentions. Like having that nice Mercury direct on the 15th and then a new moon on that same day. It's a great time to set your intentions for where you want to take your projects, your new ventures, where you want to put your energy, what you want to put it in. Fantastic for that. But it is going to be a combing over time. So you may find that you're a little slower, lower energy first half of the month as you kind of comb through what you want to do career-wise with your energy. And there's also this thing going on with Chiron heading into Aries on the 17th, whereas that's the wounded healer. So anything where you're feeling insecure about your work or insecure about your value in that work might be kind of coming up a little bit starting around the 17th moving forward. So those are all things that are getting hit on. Now, as we move into Taurus season, this is a little more symbiotic for you, more playful. Taurus energy is like 11th house friendship, going out, your community, who's around you, socializing, right? And that's a boost in energy for Cancer. I think it's a really great time. So the second half of the month is going to have a lot more of that. But then, like I said, we have this background stuff going on with you. So we have a Pluto retrograde starting in Capricorn on the 22nd. Capricorn is your opposite sign. And 7th house opposite energy is about your relation to other. So those intimate relationships, it doesn't just have to be romantic, but those relationships where it's one-on-one, it's deep, this is somebody that you're connected with on deep levels. Those relationships are getting a bit of a highlight with this retrograde. Woo, this energy is like bringing in the yawns. It's just so deep, you guys. It's bringing in a time to really look at your relationships, make sure they feel right. And then not only that, but we have a full moon in Scorpio on the 29th. Scorpio is your 5th house of your creativity, your romance, your heart, and that's going to be highlighting anywhere where you feel your creativity, your romance, your heart is not at its most authentic, at its most beautiful, right? And then we also have a Jupiter retrograde in Scorpio. That's been going on since October, but it's continuing on here. Or no, it's not. Sorry. The Jupiter retrograde just started in March, but Jupiter's been in Scorpio since October. I'm sorry. But the retrograde that just started, that's also highlighting your 5th house of how you want love and romance to look, what you want that to do. So you see what I'm saying here? We're getting all this energy for you as far as pushing forward into your career, pushing forward into what you want to be doing in the external world. And then all this deep energy that has to do with your heart and your soul and how you connect to others and how you love. And we have to find, I'm so sorry, guys. We have to find a way to find a balance between those two, because you know how it feels. I know Cancers know how this feels because I feel like this is a part of your reality. You know how to be really directed, focused energy in the real world. Like you guys are go-getters. You show up, you do your job, you're really great at it. You're determined, focused people, and I love it. But internally, you have all these other things going on, and it's almost like we live in this world that's pretty harsh for feeling people, like which everybody is. It's hard on us because it basically tells us to sever anything that's going on in this internal space in order to just function in the real world. And you guys, I think, are actually very good at divorcing the two to get through. Like, I think that's actually one of your strongest skill sets, is you can go out there in the world and get done what needs to get done, even when you are going through some really deep stuff. And I'm actually seeing this here. The last card just came out. And so one of the goals, I think, with the retrogrades, the way they're working with you in your houses, and the way the planets and the energy are working for you, one of the goals of April in general is to figure out a way to get you so that you don't feel like there is so much of a divorce between these two parts of yourself, and that you can feel that you're working both. You're working with both, right? So let's look at these first cards. It's everything that I was just saying. Nine of Wands, Empress, and the Emperor. Really interesting. This is good for, relationships right there. Those two go together, obviously. I mean, this is Aries and Taurus, and those are the seasons. Those are the signs we're in. They've been showing up a ton. And I think the sun being in those two signs it's always a really intense time. It's an abundant time. Those energies are very strong with the sun in them. But here's the other thing that's going on, is we have some different tool sets, I think, that are setting the foundation here for you. So one thing to keep in mind, this is so funny that this came up first. So the Wounded Warrior, the World-Weary Warrior, as I like to call him, the World-Weary Warrior, is the guy who's had some injuries. He's seen some battle. He's done a lot in this life. He's accomplished a lot, and he's made it, right? He's made it. He's here. He's made it all the way to this point, even despite all the intensity. But that has left him with some questions. It's left him with some wariness about what's next. And I think some of you may be feeling this because you are getting these questions coming up with what's next in your career, what's next in your relationships. And it's okay to pause a little bit. It's okay to pause a little bit. However, don't let those past experiences, that knock on the head that he has with the bandage around, don't let that dictate this month at all. So it's going to be tempting to want to let that be the guiding light by which you trust or not trust a situation. But what the Empress and the Emperor are showing me is something very different. Give yourself some grace, first of all. The Empress is Venus, right? Venus and Taurus, really. The Empress is that sitting back and allowing the good to unfold for you a little bit, trusting in the process more. She is the divine feminine in the material sense. We have the divine feminine with the High Priestess, who's the watery version of divine feminine. The Empress is the earth version of divine feminine. What does it mean to sit in our bodies and honor that? What does it mean to feel like our whole body, feel through it and watch for tension, feel through it and watch for signals from our body about who's working for us when they're in our space and who is draining us? What work situations feel good when you get done with the end of the day, and what feels like it is a betrayal of self? That's what I'm getting with the Empress here. And the only way that you're going to be able to get back into this Emperor position, which is Aries energy, but it's about being a leader. It's about being on top of your game, which I kind of see, with all that 10th house energy with you guys. You are capable of kind of being this ruler royalty energy, honestly. And I see it really strongly in career. But to be the Emperor, you've got to feel that you've taken the time to be the Empress. We need the yin and yang. We need both. We need both sides of this, the feminine and the masculine. And what I'm kind of seeing here is, once again, that alignment. We have to take time for each of these, and they each need to play a role in all parts of our lives. And I think there's that divorce to survive from you guys is showing up here. And of course, like I said, this can also relate to a union, some kind of deep union going on between you and another person. And what that is doing as well, rebalancing, recalibrating what is important to you, and also bringing up old wounds. When we really meet an equal, that's when the wounds like to show up. When we really meet somebody or an opportunity that we really want to take on, which this can also be a big opportunity, that's when the fear voice kicks in and wants to write a new story to protect us. I always like to do, Elizabeth Gilbert talks about this, who is a Cancer, by the way, and she's been on my mind recently because, man, speaking of Cancers, you guys are such courageous people. I love you so much. And I think about Elizabeth Gilbert, and if you think about her last couple of years, and I know a lot of you, I'm sure, have followed her journey. It's amazing the number of transformations she has gone through. But she writes, she likes to do the exercise of writing a letter to your fear, like a really nice letter that's like, listen, I know you're trying to protect me. I know you want me to be safe and you want me to survive and you want me to be, but this is about my heart and my creativity, and I need you to take a step back. It's a really fun exercise, and this is what that's kind of leading me to think about. But yeah, Elizabeth Gilbert. All right. You know how I was saying the second half of the month is really highlighting your heart and your creativity and your relationships. And these next 3 cards really speak to that, because we have the 4 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. Okay. You guys are protective of yourselves. You are, because you have to be. Because you have to be. Because when you feel as deeply as you feel, and you know that, you learn how to get safety equipment on. 4 of Pentacles is total safety equipment. It's one of the safety features we all have as intuitive beings in the material world. 4 of Pentacles is feeling like you're not enough, and it's an excuse not to have to go into something. It's an excuse not to have to make a change. It's an excuse to hide. Not just an excuse. That's kind of a harsh way for me to put it. But what I mean is that you're going to be asked to push past what you've been in the past, and that's going to trigger this desire to hold on to what you have out of fear that you're going to lose it all. But the reality is that you're taking a trip. You're taking an emotional trip. These 2 cards are so multi-leveled, it's kind of blowing my mind right now that they're showing up here together. Because, and with the 4 of Pentacles, it really tells me that this is something that is really deep for you. This isn't just same old, same old. So 6 of Cups, that's that deep connection to soul, another soul, right? Somebody who makes us feel nostalgic, sometimes karmic, past loves coming back, past lives coming back. It's also really sweet and romantic. And then we have the 8 of Cups, which is both about leaving behind a relationship, but also leaving behind old habits, old patterns that no longer serve you. And all of these are saying there's something that either you're in a relationship that is really seriously draining you and is causing you to feel this lack, this exhaustion that I'm seeing and feeling from you guys. Or, and I think this is really likely for a lot of you, there's some old patterns surfacing and coming up for you with work and relationships this month that aren't serving you anymore. They're keeping you trapped in a loop. And they're keeping your relationships from growing into what you really want them to be. And you are being asked to step past those set parameters that you feel need to be. Just because we've enabled people in the past, and just because we've felt a lot of pain from abandonment in the past, does not mean we have to keep doing it, right? In the 8 of Cups, there's always the unknown horizon. That's the big element of the 8 of Cups that I think doesn't get talked about enough in this energy, which is, yes, okay, we're leaving behind all these cups. Yeah, we're leaving them behind. But what's more important is this guy is going into a new terrain that he hasn't seen yet. Is willing to take the risk to see what that terrain would look like and feel like. Like I've talked about before, like it would be like tasting something you've never tasted before, or seeing a color you've never seen before, or hearing an instrument you never heard before, hearing a type of sound you've never heard before. I mean, sitting here, it's almost impossible to imagine it in this literal material form, and yet On an emotional level, we have to. We have to imagine past our old patterns. We have to. And that's what I was talking about with the calibration, with the realignment of your internal and your external. Where are you being true to yourself? Because I guarantee you, you guys are such giving, loving people, but you have a breaking point. You have a point at which you can't give anymore. You have a point at which you can't, that you do feel the self-betrayal. You absolutely do. You get fed up. You get done with things. You get done with the way things are going. You need something different to change. And I feel like you have to acknowledge whatever this is that is pulling at you from this place of the Empress, that you are enough, that you have enough, that the right things are coming, that there is a transformation going on here with your relationships. It's a really good thing, though. It's a really beautiful thing. It's really going to free up your energy. And I'll show you why. Look at what's next. Ace of Cups, King of Swords, Three of Wands. Fresh beginnings here. Fresh beginnings, balance, ships are coming in, and it's beautiful. The Ace of Cups is that renewal, right? If you are willing to walk away from cups that are not serving you anymore, and you just know, these cups aren't serving me anymore. They were filled with something that doesn't work for me anymore. This cup will show up. But there's a faith element to it. There is faith in this. Faith in yourself. Faith in your inherent value. Faith in knowing that you know what you need. Faith in knowing that you know what you need. Faith in the fact that things are always renewing. I think a lot of you are in deep relationships or deeply connected with somebody, and you've gotten into some old patterns, and there may be a dominant personality involved here that's gotten into some old patterns. If you do some of this work, if you do some of this digging, you will have a fresh start in this love life. For those of you looking for love, for those of you looking for new projects creatively, you've got to leave something behind this month. You've got to get out of this pattern, and it's going to immediately bring you results. Big results. Something to do with somebody who's really balanced, really focused, really clear, who wants to have communication with you. Especially the second half of the month. Mercury's direct. Communication's going to be happy. It's going to be thriving. Taurus energy is really good for you. You're going to be getting those senses. You may be dealing with an air sign. Maybe some of you are dealing with an Aquarius or an Aries, an energy like that, because I have the Emperor down here, that's why I said Aries, or even a Taurus. At any rate, the thing with the King of Swords is he's about rationality and balance. He wants to find a solution to the issue. He doesn't want to just sit there and wishy-washy about it. He wants to find an answer. He wants to find balance. He wants to say, okay, we have this new start. Let's find a practical way to apply that. And that really brings in the action. Three of Wands, the caption for this card is like, your ships are coming in. This is when you've done all that work, which I'm seeing you guys are doing some homework on the soul level this month. When you do that work, look what comes in. New beginnings, renewal of love, renewal of hope, renewal of creativity, balanced, metered, practical conversations, which I think you guys really, you get that, and you so appreciate this when this comes in. And then action, moving forward, new horizons, new horizons, new horizons, new horizons. New. We can't stay where we've been. You guys aren't a fixed sign. You're a cardinal sign. This is one of the things that's in your wheelhouse. Being the cardinal water sign is kind of an amazing, crazy combo because, okay, you can feel your way through all of this. This whole process right here. Like, you're totally capable of just diving right into those waters. And yet you're also initiators. So you can also kind of get into Emperor mode and be like, all right, if this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. So here's the thing that I'm seeing. You guys are going to be getting massive downloads about what you want to change, what you want to shift in your relationships, what you want to shift in your career, what you want to shift in both of those, and how you want to make them work better together. You're going to get major downloads. So pay attention to your dreams, take the time out to listen in, and you're going to know what to do to make that happen. You're going to know what to do to shift this energy. You're going to know what to do to fix but it's not all on you to fix the relationship. You have your patterns. Anybody who's coming in and is trying to be dominant, overbearing, anything like that, you're going to be setting healthy boundaries with those people. We always talk about this, but you're transcending past whatever this blockage has been. You're transcending past what it is that you have felt you've had to stick with, and you are going somewhere new with this. So trust yourself, trust those visions, trust in those inspired actions, and I think you're going to be fine. Wow, this month is just deep for Cancer, like so deep. But it's so empowering. I love when Cancers are in this mode of getting things done. Like when you guys are in boss mode, ooh, I love it. It's amazing to me to watch it happen because you guys will make the changes you need to make. Determination with you all is really good. I mean, you guys are not insane. No, you guys are just very driven people. And when you know what you need to change, you do it. And it's amazing to watch. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here. All right, I'm going to close out there because I think this is a beautiful place to stop. I am surrounded by women that I love who are a huge part of my life and are very dear to me. I have my friend Jill's paintings behind me. She is amazing. I'm going to leave her Instagram and website in the description box. Check her out. I'm also wearing PinkLune. Look at this gorgeous agate slice. Can you deal with the sparkles? I'm obsessed. There's more agate. This is mine. But check her out, 15% off. One of my people. I love her so much. And then, of course, I have my website, my email. I will put that in the description box. I'm doing sessions in April, and I would love to work with you. We always create a really special space. I almost always cry when I work with Cancer. In a great way. But, you know, we build into this thing. I have a Venus in Cancer, so I have a little bit of a connection with you all. I'm a neighbor being a Leo. But I'd love to work with you. Follow me on Instagram at SARAHTAROT. I'll leave all of that in the description box. Check it out. I'm wishing you guys a beautiful, empowering journey. I know you're going to be fine because I know you guys, you're powerhouses. I'll see you in May. Bye.